Welcome to Care2Watch. Hello, my name's Georgia and I'm from a really small mining town in Western Australia. It's called Karratha. Today we're here to explore a bit of Down Under. I'm going to do a couple of quizzes. I'm going to tell you some really interesting facts about where I'm from and just really celebrate Australia Day and what it's all about. Okay, so first what we're going to do is a bit of a quiz. So we're going to ask you some questions, see how much you know, and give you some really interesting facts along the way. Number one, to get us started, is what is the capital of Australia? And the answer is Canberra. Here's a very interesting fact. Australia couldn't actually decide if it wanted Melbourne or Sydney to be the capitals of Australia. So what they decided to do, because they couldn't decide, was create their own city, smack bang in the middle, and that's become the capital of Australia. Right, question number two. What is the most famous building in Sydney? You can see it in quite a few movies actually. And the answer is the Sydney Opera House. Another interesting fact is one of the 7 wonders of the world is actually in Australia. Can you tell me what that is? The answer to that one was the Great Barrier Reef. So you can see lots of sea life there, there's lots of tourism there and beautiful coral that we try our very hardest to keep looking after. And our next question is what's bigger, the whole of Europe or Australia? This one's a bit surprising. The answer is Australia. You can actually fit Europe inside of Australia 2 times before you fill it completely. The next question is what is the colour of the Australian flag? But don't be too cheeky and cheat, okay? And the answer is blue, little bits of red and some white. What you might see on the Australian flag is something that you might find very familiar, and that is the British symbol. So you can see it just up here, and that's because we come from a British colony. So back in the early days, what happened was Britain sent quite a few of us to Australia. We then colonised that land for ourselves and we called it Australia. Alright, the next question is quite a funny one. Are you ready? What are there more of in Australia? Kangaroos or humans? You might be surprised to know that the answer is actually kangaroos. We have twice as many kangaroos in Australia than we do human beings. But what might surprise you even more than that is that we have 3 or 4 times as many sheep in Australia as we do human beings as well. Alright everyone, that's the end of our quiz. I hope you all did a really good job and I'm sure that there's some Australian experts out there that could probably even beat me at that one. Okay everyone, our next activity to work our way down under is to find out some movies that were actually either from Australia or made by an Australian. So what we're going to do, you're going to be shown with some movie posters and you've got to guess what the movie is called. Okay, the number one was filmed in the Australian outback, but here's a little hint. He's got an animal in his name. That's right, it's Crocodile Dundee. This next one follows some creatures from the deep, finding their way all the way to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. And the answer to that one is Finding Nemo. Well done if you got that one. So this next one you might not actually know was filmed in Australia. What it's about is a little pig. So he's quite mischievous because he can actually speak to sheep and help them when they're in competitions follow and do what they need to do. And the answer to that one is Babe. Okay, here's the next one. This one was actually filmed by an Australian man and hint hint, it's actually about a dancing penguin. And the answer to that one is Happy Feet. This next one is about an animal from Australia. See if you can guess what it is. And the answer to that one is Kangaroo Jack. Well done everyone, how did you get on? Did you get all of them? You probably got more than I would have.
Ah, those
silly Galahs. They didn't press record the last time we filmed this. Oh well, lucky I had a brand new hat to show ya. Right, the next thing on our trip around Australia is taking a look at some very special creatures from Finding Nemo and seeing if you can name as many as you can. Good luck! Here's the first one. And the answer to number one was Nemo, the main guy of the show. He's actually a clownfish. And number two is... Number two is Dory. You might hear this song, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. All right, number three. Number three is Marlin. So this is Nemo's dad, and what you might not know is that clownfish live in an
Okay, don't hurt yourself. Welcome.
Wonder what number four will be. Number four is Bruce. So we've got quite a few Bruceys back in Australia. So Bruce is a great white shark, and what you might hear him say are, fish are friends, not food.
Except stinking dolphins.
Dolphins? Yeah, they think they're so cute. Oh, look at me, I'm a flippin' little dolphin. Let me flip for you, ain't I?
Here's number five. Number five, I hope you got this one, was Crush. So he helps Marlin on his adventures to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. And what you might hear him say is, hey, Jellyman. Here's number six. The next one is Gil. So Gil was a Moorish idolfish, and he was in the tank with Nemo.
You miss your dad, don't you, Shuck Baby?
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky to have someone out there who's looking for you.
And our final one is number seven. And number seven, our very last one, is Darla. So Darla was actually the dentist's niece.
Too loud for me.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Find a happy place, find a happy place, find a happy place.
Darla, your uncle will see you now.
Okay, everyone, that was the end of our naming characters. I hope you did well.
Here's a quick craft for you to make a finger puppet kangaroo. All you need is a template of a kangaroo, or you could have a go at drawing your own. Then you need to draw two circles at the bottom where the finger holes would be. Colour in the rest of your kangaroo, whatever colour you want. Then you need to cut out the shape of your kangaroo. Then to cut out the circles, a good tip is to take a piece of blue tack, place it behind the circles, and use a pencil to create a hole. And then you can take your scissors and cut out the circles. After you've cut out the circles, you can just put your fingers through those holes and use it as a finger puppet.
The next step on our Australian journey is finding out what the natural creatures are of Australia. So what we're going to do is show you some pictures, and we're going to sort of show you where they live, what they might sound like, and you can just guess and come along with the journey and see what those animals are. Alright, so introducing you to our first animal of Australia, and that's our koala. So our koalas, fun fact, can actually sleep up to 20 hours a day. Trust me, I'm very jealous of that. I'm sure we all are. They're very cuddly, they eat eucalyptus plants, and all they do is sleep in trees. Our next national treasure is actually this little guy right here, is our kangaroo. So our kangaroo we've actually chosen to be our emblem of Australia because they always walk forward and they can't walk backwards. And that just represents what we think Australia is always doing. We're always moving forward, and that's why we've chosen this little kangaroo to be our national emblem. All right, our next one is a very, very large bird. It's called an emu, And fun fact, they can actually run up to 28 kilometers an hour. So it might give a good car a run for its go. Okay, our next animal is a kookaburra. They sound a bit like this. Coo, 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 ga, 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 ga. So they're one of our birds in Australia, and growing up as a child there, we actually had a song all about a kookaburra. So what I want you to do is go away after this, Google the song Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree, give it a bit of a go for me, and I'm sure we'll meet up later to have a bit of a sing-song together. Our next animal is the platypus. So the platypus likes spending a lot of time in the water. They've got a very long sort of circular beak and a very long tail that helps them navigate through the water quite quickly. Our next animal is a wombat. So it's a cute little, I'm going to call it a land teddy bear, that's very, very slow and likes eating his food. Okay, quick word of warning, if you don't like slithery little creatures, I wouldn't watch this next part. Our next animals of Australia are snakes. Did you know that we have in Australia 17 of the world's most venomous and poisonous snakes living with us? And funny fact, most Australians actually flush their toilet before they go just because they don't want to see any slithery friends in there. Alright, our next animal, and not to be biased, but I think it is my favourite because they're just too adorable, is a quokka. A quokka is from sort of the coastal areas of Western Australia, so where I'm from, more accurately in a small little island called Rottnest Island. They love taking selfies with you, they smile lots and lots for photos, they're nocturnal, and because they've got no other predators around the island where they live, they're very, very friendly, and they come up and actually give you little cuddles and everything like that. So definitely go and have a look at a quokka because they'll melt your heart. They're so cute. Love them. Alright everyone, that sums up our animals of Australia. I hope you learned some interesting fun facts and came up with some little friends you'd like to meet along your future adventures. Okay everyone, what we have next is actually something quite special, and these are messages from people from Australia. So there actually might be friends or family from some of the people that work here at Home from Home Care. They're going to show you a little bit about where they're from and say hello to you.
Happy Australia Day to everyone back in the UK.
Hello everyone, my name is Tom from Melbourne. Happy Australia Day. My favourite thing to do on Australia Day is to go to my friend's house and we have a nice barbecue and we listen to something called the Triple J Hottest 100, which is where everyone votes for the best 100 best songs of the year, and then they play them down in a countdown from 100 to number 1 throughout the day, and it's just a good time to celebrate with your friends. Happy Australia Day.
Hello Care2Watch from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. This is Coco and Marlo, and this is where we take them on their walks, which is the Yarra River, a suburb called Fairfield, and you can hear some kookaburras. Hopefully you're able to hear the bird life here. Care2Watch, we hope you enjoyed this little snippet of our neighbourhood, and Coco and Marlo love attention, so we'll just say goodbye from them and best wishes to everyone. Bye for now.
Happy Australia Day!
Hi! All the way from Australia. I live in Cairns, so the northern part of Australia. In Australia at the moment we're in summer and it's wet season in the north. So as you can see, there's big floodwaters going down the river at the moment. This is the Barron River Bridge and I live in the rainforest, which is all up and around right behind me. Have lots of beautiful native animals in our rainforest here. It's about 34 degrees at the moment and the sun's not quite out yet as it's been very wet. individuals at home from home care. I'm Eloise and I'm chatting to you all the way from Australia. I live in a town called Adelaide in South Australia, so right down the bottom, and I'm standing here at our local beach, and we are in the season of summer, so it is a beautiful 35°C day here. So everyone is enjoying the water and the warm weather. Hope you're all doing well and you're staying safe, and hopefully you are enjoying all those awesome activities that your carers have supplied you. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you later, mate.
Alright everyone, that's it. I hope you had a great time down under with me. Thank you for watching Care2Explore, and we can't wait to see you with our next adventure.